Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Bhagavad gita, retold by Bhaskar, Yogacharya. In the previous episode, we learned about Devyasur Sampad Vibhaag Yoga. Today, we shall begin with Adhyay 17, Shraddha Traya Vibhaag Yoga. In this chapter, Sri Krishna describes the three types of faith corresponding to the three modes of material nature. Lord Krishna further reveals that it is the nature of faith that determines the quality of life and the character of the living entities. Those who have faith in passion and ignorance performs action that yield temporary material results, while those who have faith in goodness performs action in accordance with scriptural instructions, and hence their hearts get further purified. Arjun said, "Now what, O Krishna, is the position or basis of those who leave aside the injunction of Shastra, yet worship with faith? Is it Sattva, Rajas or Tamas?" The Lord said, "Threefold is the faith of embodied beings, born of their own nature, constituted of Sattva, Rajas and Tamas. Listen now about it. The faith of everyone, O Arjun, is in accordance with his internal organ, Antahakaran. Man consists of faith, whether his faith is that verily is he. The Sattvic types worship the gods. The Rajas types worship Yakshas and Rakshas. And the others, the Tamas types, worship the departed ancestors and host of Bhutas. Those men who practice terrible austerity, not enjoined by the Shastra, given to ostentation and conceit, and prompted by the force of sensual desires and passion. These foolish men, torturing the group of elements in their bodies, and me, also who dwells within the body, know them to be demoniacal in their resolves. Even the food which is dear to all is threefold, so as sacrifices, austerity, and gifts. Listen about this distinction among them. Foods which promote longevity, intellectual alertness, strength, health, pleasure, and happiness, and those that are sweet, oil, sustaining, and agreeable are dear to Sattvic men. Foods that are bitter, sour, very salty, exceedingly heating, very pungent, dry, and burning are all dear to Rajasic men. They produce pain, sorrow, and disease. That food which is stale, tasteless, putrid, decayed, refused, unclean is dear to Tamasic men. The sacrifice marked by the Sattva is what is offered by those desiring no fruit and having the conviction that it should be performed as enjoined in Shastras. But the sacrifice which is offered with the fruit in view and for the sake of ostentation, know it, O Arjun, to be Rajasic. That sacrifice which is bereft of authority, which uses offerings not sanctioned by the Shastras, which is performed without recitation of hymns and bereft of gifts and faith, that they say is marked by Tamas. Worship of the gods, the twice born, the preceptors, the enlightened ones, purity, uprightness, continuance, and non-injury. These are called austerity of the body. Speech that causes no shock, and which is true, pleasant and beneficial. And also the practice of recitation of the scriptures are called the austerity of speech. Serenity of mind, benevolence, silence, self-control, purity of mind. These are called austerity of mind. The threefold austerity practiced with supreme faith by men who desire no fruit and are devoted. They call it austerity of sattva. That austerity practiced with ostentation for the sake of gaining respect, praise, and reverence is here said to be rajas. It is unsteady and impermanent. That austerity which is practiced from deluded notions by means of self-torture or in order to injure another is said to be tamasic. Gifts given with the feeling that it is one's own duty to give to one who makes no return at the proper place and time to the deserving person, that is said to be sattvic. But that which is given as consideration for something received or in expectation of future reward or grudgingly is called rajasic gift. That gift which is given at the wrong place and wrong time to unworthy recipients without due respect and with contempt is called the gift of tamas nature. Om Tat Sat. Thus, Brahman is denoted by these threefold expressions. Associated with these Brahmans, the Vedas and sacrifices are ordained in the past. Therefore, the Veda enjoined sacrificial acts, gifts, and austerity by these expounders of the Vedas. And those belonging to the first three stations are always, at all times, begin after pronouncing Om at the beginning. Acts of sacrifice, of austerity, and of various gifts are performed without aiming at reward by those who seek release after pronouncing Tat. This term Sat is used in the sense of existence and goodness. And so also Arjun, the word Sat is applied to an auspicious action. Devotion to sacrifice, austerities and gifts is also called Sat. And so any act for such purpose is named Sat. Whatever offerings or gift is made, whatever austerity is practiced, and whatever action is performed without faith, that is called Asat, O Arjun. It is not here or hereafter. Thank you so much for listening, everyone. The next Adhyay is going to be the last one. Please stay tuned. And I would really like your advice on what should we make podcast on next. Your suggestions are waited. Thank you so much for listening once again. Jai Shri Krishna.